Okay, everybody, I want to show you some interesting information that you may or may not know here in Clark County. Now, if you are looking at your property, say if I came here for a property and this is the MLS, but you could go to the Clark County Assessor's page, and on their page for your parcel, click the Treasurer's page. It will show you, once you submit that, exactly how much this property is the tax cap increase amount. So in Clark County, Southern Nevada, we don't assess our taxes at every sale to each new owner. We just continue the tax roll that's already there. And so what you'll find is that the taxes can increase by either up to 3%, they cap at 3% for your primary owner occupied residence, or they can go up to 8% if it is an investment property or a secondary home or a commercial property or your non-owner occupied residence. And you could check this right here, and you need to check this because they send out cards every year around this time of year, and you have to pretty much tell them and either email them back or mail the card back in the mail and tell them that your property shouldn't be increased by 8% if it is your primary owner occupied residence. So check on this for sure to make sure you're being taxed for your property tax the correct amount on your owner occupied home. And if you need help and can't figure all this out, just ask me. I can do it in a matter of seconds. But more for moving forward, or furthermore, it's super important to note that you can also ask them and email them. So I had emailed them and they ended up sending me a form. So I basically sent them the form, and they said, "You have the old form, we use this new one now." So here is the new form that they emailed to me, and then I just simply filled it out, and then I just emailed it right back. And not only did they receive it, but they were also very cool with me phone calling them. So I called them and said, "I heard that you could also get the tax abatement and cap your taxes for 3% on your rental properties." And they said, "That's true, but you have to charge a certain amount." So they will reward people with the 3% tax cap or the abatement cap at 3% for properties that are rentals if they are charging a affordable housing amount. Now, it might be lower than what you're charging for rent, so in this instance, it may not help you. But what they will do is ask you, for example, on this property, they want to know what the number of rent, like what you're charging for a one bedroom, two bedroom, three bedroom, four bedroom. And if you're wondering what those amounts are, those amounts look like this. So virtually, if you are renting your one bedroom home for 1200 a month, then they will abate your cap down to 3%. If you're renting your two bedroom home for 1475, they will abate your cap down to 2%, 3%. And if you're renting a three bedroom, here's the numbers basically, and essentially it's this is what they're going to change to in the future, or this is what they were and this is what they're gonna be. So here's the affordable housing amounts. It goes up a little bit from 2,118 to 2,139. From this one, it dropped $1, and then this one it went down. So this is the affordable housing amount. So if you're renting your rental properties here for this amount or less, then you can also fill out this form that they've sent, like I said, right here for you to fill out. And you can just simply email this back. And they're so efficient down there that I had emailed them about an hour ago, and I said, "Are you able to verify?" Here it is. Same form again. I said, "Are you able to verify if my email was received?" And she said, "Absolutely, I'll go in and find it right now." And she went in and found it just like that. So that is the whole picture. So in conclusion, you need to check the treasurer's page to determine if you have the tax cap, or if your 3% or 8% is happening. Make sure you're getting taxed the right amount for your annual reassessments, where they will just move it up. And so it's super important. I checked all three of my properties, and all three of them were at 8%, including my owner occupied. And they said, "Oh, you have to re up that. You have to register that, every time, to make sure that you're not being billed at the wrong tax cap amount." And so virtually, that is what I did, and I'm super happy that I did that. But just giving you guys the full picture is now you can understand that you got to check, because you might be increasing more. Now, the difference is essentially if you had a home that your taxes were $1,000 a year, it would next year would be 1,030, or it could be 1,080. So each year over a 10-year period of being hit with 8 versus 3 could mean a lot of money, thousands of dollars, $2,000 even in your taxes over that long period of time. So make sure you're paying attention. They send you a card in the mail to your address. So you also need to make sure that the card's going to the right address. If not, you can find all the forms online and you can fill those out, and you can essentially email them to them, and they are very good at getting those emails. So I hope this video helped you out. Make sure you're checking, and if you have some rental properties in your name, they do need to be recorded to your name so that they know that they're you. And if they can verify that, then they'll easily send you the form, and then you can abate your properties if you're not charging more than that in rent. Now I know it's unrealistic for a lot of people, because even for our one of our 3 bedrooms, the cap was 21 and we're renting it for 2,200. So we can't get the abatement on that because we're actually getting a few bucks more. And obviously the more money you're making monthly in rent is going to outweigh that tax increase, and they know that, and so they try to stimulate that by giving people who are doing affordable rents the abatement there, so they can save a little bit of money for helping out the community. So I hope this helps you. Give me a call if you have any questions. I can help you out. Thanks.